So hello guys, and welcome to another video. And Nintendo's upcoming plans are looking really interesting, since they just announced a partner showcase along with an indie world, which is kind of like a combination that they haven't really done before. They have done general directs with like a Sakurai Presents or a Treehouse Live after it, but they haven't done like one where it's like two showcases that aren't basically about Nintendo first party games. So that's pretty interesting, and I feel like that could mean a few things about Nintendo's upcoming schedule and what they have planned, because I feel like most of you probably know what is planned. But yeah, at this point, there probably won't be a September Direct. This seems a bit too close to a potential September Direct to do a separate showcase on this level, like especially since they're doing both of these showcases back to back. It seems like they're kind of getting all of this out of the way, so I don't know why they would have like another Direct on top of that. Like, I mean, yeah, there is the first party stuff, but there are a few other ways to how they could show that first party stuff. Honestly, I would have preferred if they did like a mini general direct, kind of like how they did in January 2018 or March 2020, where they showed like a few small first party announcements or updates and things. I would have liked to see that with something like this. Like, some more information about Super Mario Party Jamboree or Mario and Luigi Brothership would have been great, but it seems like for now, we're probably going to get separate trailers for them, one of which might be very soon, since Super Mario Party Jamboree will be getting a demo at PAX West, so there would have to be a trailer later this week to coincide with that before that new footage gets dropped. I feel like that kind of makes sense. Nintendo usually has a new trailer before they do like demos and things. So I think there's probably going to be a new trailer this week. If not, we're just going to get some new footage from PAX West. So we're still going to get some new information on Super Mario Party Jamboree anyway. And Mario & Luigi Brothership, while disappointing that we're gonna have to wait a while to get news on it, and we don't have like a concrete answer onto when we're gonna get news for this game, kind of like the Thousand Year Door remake, it's probably gonna get a random trailer drop next month, probably shortly after Echoes of Wisdom releases, because they usually do like reveals like shortly after like another game releases, so I think there's definitely a possibility we could see it then. I just don't see us waiting until October until we get something. That just feels like way too long, especially since the game releases at the beginning of November. So yeah, but the fact that Nintendo is doing a partner showcase along with an indie world is pretty significant. I feel like this likely means that Nintendo has shown off all of their major games prior to the Switch 2's announcement. So that's probably why they don't need a general direct. I'm not saying it's like all of their Switch games, because there could be some like Switch games that release like after the Switch 2 or like after the Switch 2 is announced and everything, because you like that's kind of what they did for the 3DS and like after the Switch was released and like most prior Nintendo consoles, so that doesn't really, I'm not really saying that they're like the last Switch games, but like the last before we get like the Switch 2 and everything. I mean, I'm not sure, like the Switch 2 is supposed to come out in like after March 2025, so there might be something else after Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, but it's probably not significant enough to warrant a full general direct. So yeah, I feel like it's probably like everything up until the announcement of the Switch 2. And we did think this with the February partner showcase, that like a Switch 2 announcement was pretty imminent and was gonna happen. But at that time, I feel like at the beginning of the year, it's usually a time where we don't really hear much news. But this is more significant, with this being around like August, September, when we usually get a lot of news about games. So, and then there's also the possibility that the Switch 2 was delayed, but we can't really say for sure. But that was possibly the case. So it's definitely more significant now that it's happening around this time. And now that we already know about a lot of the games releasing as well. And Nintendo has been putting a Switch successor disclaimer under multiple presentations, including the last Direct, as well as the Museum Direct. So they are likely building up to an announcement fairly soon. So the Switch 2 might get a teaser sometime in the fall, and a full reveal in early 2025, or just like revealed around that time in general. I know I was skeptical about it being revealed this year at first, but Nintendo's schedule seems to be a bit different than I expected. Like, there is a possibility that they could reveal it like around October or November, or they could also do it later than that. Honestly, I feel like the best possible time for them to reveal the Switch 2 is December. Like, I know I said January before, but December kind of makes sense. Like, that's after the big rush of holiday sales. And at that point, that would also be after most of the major Nintendo games have been released, other than Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which definitely is a more budget title. So yeah, if there's not going to be a Direct in September, then I feel like the Switch 2's announcement could be like a couple months later. Like, it kind of does make sense now that I'm thinking about it more. So yeah, I'm hoping that it isn't like as early as like September or October, because I don't want it to overshadow games like Echoes of Wisdom or Mario & Luigi Brothership, because I mean, even though the Switch 2 will very likely be backwards compatible, an announcement of a new console will very likely still overshadow the games releasing, like that has happened in the past with Nintendo games. So I really hope it is announced like in December at the earliest. But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on Nintendo's upcoming plans. I mean, I could be a little wrong. They could reveal the Switch 2 very soon, but it is coming very soon, like regardless, like sometime like in the first half of 2025, I'm thinking, from most of what we've known about it. They really seem to be gearing up for it right now, with the fact that they're doing a partner showcase along with an indie world instead of a general direct. But yeah, so anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.